Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Anne's morning meditation. As always, what we're doing here is bringing the selves home, bringing the scattered selves home to be safe within this space, to give ourselves some rest, to give ourselves some strength in the core of our being. And we do that, first of all, by making ourselves comfortable. Just take one or two nice, relaxed, easy breaths. You might want to close your eyes. Keep your eyes open. Just bring your awareness into where we are now. Start where we are now. Excuse me. So bring our awareness into the room that we're in. Perhaps you can notice the sounds in the room. You might notice the feeling in the room. How you feel to be in this space at this moment for 10 or 15 minutes this morning. You might feel the air against our skin, perhaps in our face, hands. You might feel our clothes against our skin. You might feel our feet on the floor. You might feel our feet on the floor. You might feel the toes, between the toes, all around the toes, the top of the foot, the sole of the foot, the heel, ankle. Just breathing in and out gently, bringing the awareness back to the legs, the knees, thighs and hips. Feel the contact with whatever we're sitting and lying on. Feel the spine straightening a little. Feel the breath coming and going. It's the belly. Perhaps you feel it in the ribs. Each breath in, a new beginning. Each breath out, letting something go. Each breath in, breathing into the center. Each breath out, letting go. Just let ourselves settle here for a moment or two. Just noticing ourselves in the space that we're in our body, centered, breathing in, breathing out. Just noticing as we start to gently bring the attention to the inside, noticing how areas that might be a little tense in the body just start to soften a little. This gentle awareness, perhaps the shoulders, perhaps the neck, perhaps the jawline, the knees, the ankles, the palms of the hands, the face. Feeling everything soften as we bring our awareness into the breathing, into the tide of coming and going, into the center. Once again, we find ourselves in changing times as the lockdown is being lifted and everything returns to something a little bit more like it was before. It's all the more important for us to bring what we've learned with us, to bring these practices with us. Gentle awareness in the center, the core of our being. We've talked about some different things over the series of morning meditations. One of the themes has been that of the mind and the inside world as a wonder machine. this wonder machine that we operate, that we move around in, that we live in, that creates the world of our existence. And I've heard people saying to me recently that they've somehow lost their sense of wonder, or lost their ability to see the beauty in the world, or see the vibrancy of the world. And so today I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And your mind can drop in and out of what I'm saying. Your mind can also just watch your breathing. Just feel the breath coming in and coming out. So to appreciate the wonder of the world that we're in, it really helps to be able to be safe with ourselves, to be able to feel safe holding all of our anxieties and fears. And the biggest fear that we humans seem to have is the fear of dying, the fear of death. And death isn't something we really talk about a lot. It's considered something of a taboo. But in Tibet, I learnt meditation originally in Asia, in India and China and Tibet and Nepal. And in India, you have they're called the Kali sadhus. They do their meditations with a human skull sitting in front of them to remind them all the time of the reality of death, the ultimate reality of death, the ultimate reality of life and death. And these are the things that we can know, that we live and we will die. And most people will be aware of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. So in Tibet, they call this the supreme meditation. The meditation on death is called the supreme meditation. And it's a shortcut way to reaccess our sense of wonder, our sense of beauty, our sense of vitality, sense of our own life. And just to give an example of how this works, this is in a way yet another paradox of the meditative contemplative path. Bhutan is recognized as being the happiest country in the world. And in Bhutan, part of their practice is that they meditate on their own death 5 times every day. So 5 times every day in Bhutan, people sit, center themselves, breathe in and out, and they consider the reality of the fact that we will all die. So we can ask ourselves, what happens when we die? How will we die? There are a million ways in which we could die. We could die of a sickness, we could die of an accident, we could die in a natural disaster, we could get killed by someone. We wonder, when will we die? And what difference would that make to us if we thought that we were going to die in a year, if we thought we were going to die in 6 months, or 1 month, or 1 week, or 1 day, or 1 hour? None of us knows when our time will come. People die when they're young, people die when they're old, people die all the time. We don't know. Death could come at any time for any of us. And this is a reality. And keeping this reality in mind is a way to really appreciate living, to appreciate the vitality of being alive. So when we die, the sun will stop for us. Darkness will come. We'll no longer see the people that we know, the people that we love. Everything that we've achieved will become largely meaningless. Everything we've possessed will be scattered, dispersed, given to other people, or thrown away. We'll either be cremated or buried. Either way, the body will turn to ash, or the body will rot away and become earth. And this sounds gloomy, but as I say, this is the paradox This is one of the many paradoxes of our meditation practice. Just keep our attention on the breath and the life force, because as long as we're living, we're breathing in, we're breathing out. We're part of the tide of the living world. We're part of the tide of the living world, part of the cycle of living and dying. One way of practicing this meditation is to think of everyone in the world. Think of everyone in the world. Imagine you can see everyone in the world. Your young people, your old people, your people of every shape and size and form, and every unique person in the world. Just think for a moment. Every one of those people will die. It's a strange thought. It can be an uncomfortable thought. Think of the people we love as we breathe in and out. Breathing into the center of our being and out. Think of all the people we love. Perhaps all the animals we love. All the people we love will die. They may die before us, they may die after us. They'll all die. Think of ourselves. This can be quite uncomfortable. We think of ourselves as being here forever. But like everything else, each of us will die. Each of us will die. When we die, the I is gone. The anger, the unhappiness, the fun, successes and failures, all of it will become completely irrelevant. Life, like the flapping of a butterfly's wings, a short moment of vitality. And to meditate on our own death is a shortcut to reconnecting with life, because many people live their lives almost in a state of half-death. They don't live their lives with vitality and fullness and an awareness of beauty and frailty. And this meditation of death reminds us that life is precious. If we make this part of our practice, if we sit with the uncomfortable feeling of the awareness that we too will die, we find that life becomes more vital, becomes more alive, becomes more beautiful. The colours become brighter. Our words and actions, in turn, become more significant. As we breathe, each breath a beginning and an ending. Cycle, the tide coming and going. Cycle, life and death. When we're born, we take our first breath in. When we die, we breathe our final exhalation. Remembering this brings more colour into our present. Everything changes. Everything changes with every breath. Everything changes. Every breath in is a beginning. Every out breath is an ending. Every in breath is a new beginning. Every out breath, the end of another cycle. We can just sit with that for a moment. Sit with the feeling of being here, being alive, feeling the warmth of our body, feeling the blood bringing life to our fingers, to our toes. We can hear, we can see, we can feel the air in the skin. Today we are alive. Right now in this moment we are here. We are present. We're alive and we can feel the wind, we can feel the sun on our skin, we can see the world around us, we can see the people around us, and we know that every day everything changes. The world changes. When we breathe, everything changes. Breathe in, we breathe out. Again, we transition from lockdown back into mixing with other people. We've had the lockdown, our time turning more inwardly. Lockdown, which is very much associated with the fear of death. Now we start mixing again with other people. This fear is still a little with us. Instead of sending it away, we just sit with this idea that we could die today, tomorrow, next week, next year, 20 years, like skipping over water, like a stone skipping over water. When our time comes, our time will come. But while we are here, we are the in-breath, the out-breath of the world. We are the in-breath, the out-breath of the world. Just for this last moment, we can feel ourselves alive. Our feet on the floor, our spine a little straighter, the body a little more relaxed. Soles of the feet, palms of the hand. Feel the air in our skin. Feel the air of the room around us. You might start to feel some noises. I can notice the sun coming out outside. Looking forward to getting back into that. Just remember, this is the paradox. This is the great paradox with meditation. Being gentle with ourselves, we give ourselves strength, contemplating the reality of our own death of all that we love. We give ourselves the freedom, the vitality to actually live our life each day, to live as though we're alive, to make our actions and our words count. Just take one more nice breath of life in, breath of life out. Open your eyes, shake out your toes, shake out your hands. Whenever you can give yourself a little smile. And I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy the weekend. And I will see you again on Monday on the subject of impermanence. We only have 2 morning meditations left in this series. So we have to try to cram in as much learning and wisdom and gentleness and stillness as we can. So we can bring that with us as we go back out into the world. As I say, we can do that with vitality, and we can do that making every word, every action count. Thank you. Enjoy the weekend.